Solidify what we got going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another stream. We are watching the qualifying cup, the third one coming out of Europa Halo World Series. We've had two other events over the course of September here. Today is the very last day of these cup to be able to qualify for our postseason matchups here. And we also have a large announcement, like Liam said.
What's happening? Alright guys, so you all asked for it, and we've listened and we have done it. We have put together a 2v2 tournament which is going to be happening on the 19th of October. You've probably already seen the links spammed in the chat. So sign-ups are now live to sign up for that. First, we're just going to get started into this game. We'll run over the rules later on.
Again, guys, we are playing Europa Halo style rules. Did you get the bans for these guys?
Arbiter and Yap Yap is banned.
Again, guys, there are 1 leader ban per player. So far we've heard Arbiter and Yap Yap coming out of neither of these players. There is a no repeat rule in effect, 45-minute game timer, 45-second DC rule, and these are going to be set maps. We are jumping straight into round 2 due to a couple of no-shows, so we didn't get to watch any of the game 1s. So again, this is round 2, top 16 of this double elimination tournament.
Yeah, so jumping straight into game 1 here, we have Almirante playing as...
Spawning in the red corner, we have the legendary Almirante99 playing as the terrifying colony.
And over in the blue,
Spawning in the blue corner, we have the amazing BSafetho playing as the fabled cutter.
Okay, Lethal, so what do you think we're going to see out of both players in this matchup here?
Well, it looks like BSafe opted in for his trusty cutter, and Almirante taking a sideways swing here, opting in for colony. But if we look at Almirante, he's opened up double supply pad here and overextended with a couple of grunts here to challenge for BSafe's power up front here. That's doing two things. That's denying his power, but also setting him up to be able to catch a couple of Marines here. But again, he opened up actually triple supply pad. It looks like we might be seeing a possible mini steal, if not a lot of grunt openers, or a possible chopper opener coming out of.
I don't know if he meant this or if he meant to get a watchtower, but BSafe, he put down a turret before his third pad. So I don't know if he's expecting some sort of Goliath raid first cheese, but that turret has already gone down. That's costing 300 blue early on. It hasn't really delayed his buildings, and he has managed to pick up a mini, so it looks okay apart from losing the resources in the middle to those grunts and that chopper skitter.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be behind in the power department, especially with a map like Bedrock. Normally you have that front natural yellow, and both canisters are going to be a really close proximity for you to secure, but again, BSafe got challenged, so he hasn't got any power on the map. He's solely relying on that generator to get that income, and he's still around the corner from being able to upgrade that. He did secure all of his minis, and didn't lose any units in the process, but again, he's down a large income, and he's going to try to double back to be able to get some here on Almirante's side, but that's definitely a lot of aggression coming out of Almirante off the back, and it's definitely going to throw off BSafe's build as we enter the second minute here.
Yeah, that chopper skate was getting really aggressive, secured all of BSafe's resources, and secured his own as well. Not really a lot a UNSC player can do against that chopper skate. It's so aggressive, and it can take on 3 or 4 Marines by itself. BSafe has destroyed his barracks, going to be swapping to a supply pad. Looks like we're just going to see a Marine spam, probably go for grenades by the looks of things.
Yeah, definitely. And again, Almirante opened up a triple supply pad. He's now secured all of his minis, but this is what he was kind of gearing towards. It looks like he's going to opt in for the chopper skitter play, and that's going to allow him to pick up a lot of map control here. He can challenge these Marines at any time. He knows that those Marine nades are not going to come online for quite some time, and he did secure all of the power on the map. So BSafe is that far behind. BSafe's going to have to take some notes to be able to try to catch up here, but definitely a great opening strat coming out of Almirante. Again, we saw Almirante, our last qualifying cup champion here. He did take first place in that. So you know he's coming ready to play. He knows the matchups, and he's definitely already opting in for a very strong opener here. But BSafe definitely trying to come back into this game already by taking his first node, working on his second.
Yeah, so I like that BSafe is adapting to the gameplay. He had the barracks up and he was going to commit to snipers probably for a hunter captain. He hasn't actually scouted, but because of all the choppers present on the map, he decided to sack the barracks, go for a supply pad, and swap into a hero with marines. So we're probably going to see grenade throw very shortly as soon as he's got that hero out as well to deal with these choppers.
The enemy sent vehicles after us.
Yeah, small engagement going down here on that second node.
Spartan reporting for duty.
And again, such a great scout opening here coming out of Almirante, picking 4 Marines. He's got BSafe on the back pedal. He now has the information that BSafe has taken both of those nodes. He's going to be forced to relinquish them. But if we take a look at Almirante's side of the field, the Hunter Captain is on now and out. He hasn't set a double gen yet. So he's definitely banking on this large T1 push, but he's got a lot of map control because of these choppers here.
BSafe had a great opportunity there. The choppers pushed up to his main base. They was all bunched up. He could have got a Spartan slam. His Spartan was there, but he opted not to do it. Instead, Almirante does manage to escape with all the choppers alive. And the Hunter Captain is coming out as well. Skitters attaching, and BSafe lost the nodes that he just worked hard for to capture.
Yeah, he pushed back up, got a little bit of map control, but this is how much power Almirante got on the field. He was able to open up a triple supply pad, a 4 chopper skitterers, and a leader, and is still not too far behind after setting the second generator to be on point for T2 here. But again, BSafe relinquished one of those power nodes that he worked so hard for. We're seeing 40 population versus BSafe's 24. So BSafe's definitely got to play a little bit of defense here and make a big play on this third point that's coming up.
Yeah, Almirante is securing pretty much all the map control now. He's going to try and take the power node from BSafe as well. Looking in a good position with a lot stronger army at the moment. BSafe has not committed to grenade throw yet. Doesn't look like he's going to. He lost a chunk of his marines early on to those chopper skits. So that's got him down. 20 population. He's going to be opting for an expo without getting tech 2 first.
And again, guys, we're watching a round 2 gameplay. We're immediately jumping in with Almirante versus BSafe. Almirante is arguably a top 1-2 player here. He can be contested from either Mike or Savior. But he's already showcased his skills. I mean, he's going head-to-head with Mike Beaston. He's overtaking Savior in the finals there. And you got BSafe, who again is arguably a top 15 player here. So we're watching some great gameplay. These are on-the-fly decisions that both these players are making. None of this is cliche at all. I mean, you're seeing a huge chopper opener with Almirante coming out with a Hunter Captain as well. And that's such a beefy army composition that BSafe might struggle to be able to deal with here.
Yeah, we're blessed with round 2 here. We're only in round 2 when we already have 2 top 20 players going head to head. In a best of 3 as well, so we're going to see there's a lot more action to come yet in this game. Looks like both players are just setting up for the next push, but I think the scale is tipped in Almirante's favour just because of that early game. He picked up a lot of resources. He has his leader out. He has a lot of skates, choppers, grunts, a mix of everything at the moment. Where BSafe only has Marines and a Spartan, and that won't even be able to deal with the Hunter Captain. Never mind the rest of the army behind it.
Yeah, BSafe's focus was definitely just trying to spam these Marines. Yeah, it was a little overzealous, but BSafe is in T2. I mean, like you said, great play by BSafe, reading what's going on in the field, adapting to it, trying to get in T2 as possible. And it looks like he's trying to opt in for some upgrades. He's got a barracks off to the side on his expansion. He's not too far behind. We are only seeing 2 nodes to 1. We haven't seen Almirante opt in for the other 2 yet to try to keep busy. And it looks like he might be starting to do that now, but a lot of map control coming out of Almirante here. But BSafe still not too shabby. I mean, he's sitting on 60 population. His eco is looking great. I mean, he's got pads down set everywhere. He's got an expansion, which is just going to be scouted by Almirante now. So that's probably going to be the focus here, as Almirante did scout that expansion.
Yeah, he's had a grunt on the ledge. They're not too far behind in population, not too far behind in eco. Both pretty similar. Almirante is a bit late on his expo, but he does have a third generator being upgraded now. Probably going to see those counter units start to come out. I'd like to see BSafe get some probably flamers to deal with these grunts as well. But Almirante has a good mix to pretty much counter everything at the moment.
And we see the small push engagement here onto the expansion. Here.
Should
That's
have
gonna be,
ODSTs as
fourth
well.
point there.
We're being
Yeah, ODST, and there's a Hunter Brand coming down.
Slightly missed, killed one Marine, not too much damage there. Good slam goes down, hits one so he doesn't manage to catch them both. No mines, doesn't look like he commit to mines, possibly raid 2, unless he's just waiting for the ODST drop to counter those.
Fantastic smokes there as well, combined with the stun. He's going to keep his units alive. He's going to defend Almirante on the back foot here. 62 population versus full 78 population coming out of BSafe, who hasn't burned his drops or his fourth point yet. There's the Archer missile. Can't afford the ODST yet. Still doesn't have the population room. Shields down on the Hunter Captain.
Combat mechanics research.
All the Marines focusing the Hunter Captain. Rangers still on the field.
We gonna push back?
Definitely the leader's going to be focused here. Another slam coming down. Leader's exposed. He's going to use fourth point to teleport away to keep that Hunter Captain alive, who's got one sliver of health. BSafe sitting at 67 population versus Almirante's 48. He's on the back pedal here. He's trying to pump some Rangers. He got pushed back all the way back, and BSafe's going to get very aggressive and press this expansion here. Again, 77 population versus 57. BSafe looking in a great position. Great micro coming out of BSafe. It looks like Almirante wasn't expecting that.
Upgrade complete.
Got his Spartan on the forward front here. A small distraction as he tries to sack this expansion here. He's going to double back as well. Again, we're reaching the 10-minute mark. BSafe now approaching halfway on his fifth point here. Sacked Almirante's expansion there. We're now seeing 80 population versus 68.
Yeah, so BSafe doing a good job at retaking map control and killing that Expo there.
I'm under attack from ground troops.
Too bad he didn't manage to get the Hunter Captain, that would have been an even better pick-off for him, but Almirante did waste a teleport, just trying to save that.
Yeah, wasted a teleport and really shot his eco, not pumping as many counter units. It looks like he's still opting in for these Grunt Rangers, using the Grunt more of a fodder aspect. But again, BSafe took 3 nodes. He's looking in a great position. We're seeing 79 population versus 73. He's sitting on this expansion. It hasn't been upgraded yet. He's still hurting in his power department here. He's finally setting down a 3rd generator on the backside here. He's got to be able to increase these reinforcements, upgrade these pads, be able to pour all of the drops as these leader points start to stack for BSafe.
Yeah, some Kodiaks would really help him in this situation, especially on Bedrock due to how narrow it is between bases and between nodes. It would really help him out. But really, he wants to try and get into Tech 3. Try and get some stanchion snipers out, because that Hunter Captain does scale really well late game, especially with the heal as well. Almirante's still not healed him though.
I mean,
he's just going to heal him from attacking, so he's red bar. It should be an easy pick for BSafe with his next drop. Should be able to get a good stun.
BSafe looking so comfortable. It looks like he's got dispersion nozzles. Yeah, it looks like he's got dispersion nozzles on the field. He's doing these staggered smokes to kind of push back Almirante. He's increased his population. He's now sitting at 98 out of 100. Some of that is queued, and look at him start to float here as he's got that 5th point in pocket, and the ODST timer is almost back up.
Leader power ready.
Yeah, he's saving up for the big drop, and he has 98 out of 100 as well, so he can take any engagement right now. Second he loses some units, drop in the assault group and the ODSTs, carry on those stuns with the ODST mines, and get a clean wipe on this army. Almirante, if he has teleport back up, he will need to teleport out with that combo if he wants to save his army.
I mean, the only issue that BSafe might have to deal with here is, again, that 5th point coming out of Almirante. We haven't seen the combat prepare on top of his units, so he's definitely opted in for that big drop, and that's in the pocket as well.
Fortress.
BSafe's got to get aggressive and take advantage of this downtime here. He looks a little too scared, but he looks like he's still saving up. That ODST plus the assault group is going to be nearly $3,000. So again, he looks like he's trying to bank that up before he continues to push on up here.
Nightingale under assault from enemy troops. Need support.
Another engagement going down on this first node as BSafe starting to get aggressive. He's going to check for another expansion here.
Marines under fire. Enemy.
A lot of Rangers on the field.
He was going straight to the
nice
main.
Spartan slam.
Combat station upgrade complete.
Oh, what was that? Arch missiles. The arch missiles was a bit off there. Looks like Almirante just picked up combat repair.
Good Hunter's Brand coming down, going to catch a lot of units there, but BSafe is pretty much wiping up this army. ODST drop goes down as well. They heal, but there's no army really left to heal there. And the Hunter Captain's going to have to back off.
They're cleaning up those Rangers. Great position, 98 population versus 56. Almirante still floating a lot of eco here, saving up for that big drop.
There's no shield on the main base as well. BSafe doesn't realise that yet.
Another great smoke coming down. These Rangers are an issue. They got combat repair on 6 point there. Hunter Captain's shield is popped. It looks like it's getting focused.
And there's the big drop. He had the eco for it. Back up to full population now. Almirante is sitting on 55. The Hunter Captain is going to fall, and that's his main beefy unit in his army composition. 6 in the ODST mines as well. And this Expo, I mean, the shield's 22 seconds out, but that should get scouted pretty easily. And this is a beefy army from BSafe right now.
I mean, Almirante's bank just disappeared as he set down a shield generator, trying to get some counter units up here. Got 2 shield generators set. It might come up on the expansion here. BSafe's gotta be able to.
He sees it. It's 7 seconds out. He's not all units in back there. He's sent a few units, but he's gonna die. That shield is not getting up. Now, if he takes out the War Council, he is good to go.
I don't know if BSafe warmed up this morning, but he's looking in a great position. He's definitely got some kale and carrots and juice inside of him. He's looking super beefy right now. Playing very, very well. 100 population versus 58, making Almirante.
And the base falls. BSafe is throbbing right now.
BSafe is definitely throbbing. He's looking in a fantastic position. Oh my goodness. 3 notes to 2. Almirante's expansion is now down. He's trying to get this Hunter Captain back on out here. He's trying to get it off to the side here. So BSafe still has a lot of time to be able to push on this and not be contested. He did.
Well, look at his eco. He's about to get next point. That's going to be a close air support, and that's going to drop this shield very quickly. And with the army to back it up, he should be able to break this within the next minute.
And he's got to take advantage of this in the next minute. He knows Almirante doesn't have anything at all. And it looks like he's going to try to push up.
There he is. Looks like he's going to make the final push. There is the close air support. Still sitting on with a nice eco as well. Even if he does lose this push, he can do a lot of damage right now. Hunter's Brand's back up for Almirante. There it goes. That is a better Hunter's Brand than the last 2. Very good from Almirante. Well placed. Shield drop. Slam comes down from BSafe. Teleports away. Doesn't want to get caught out by those mines again. They have been devastating, killing his army a lot. And this base is now undefended.
And that Hunter Captain is finally back on out. He really needs that unit to try to defend here. And BSafe's going to try to deal with some turrets. And the Rangers are coming back on in. They are on the low ground here. BSafe's ODST should be almost back up as well. The shield generators dropped. Only 1 turret left. Now it's time to deal with the units.
Our allies.
Yeah, the close air support really only broke the shield because Almirante just spammed watchtowers to actually counter the rest of the damage. That's why he teleported his army away as well. But BSafe just dropped in more ODSTs, and Almirante is down to 32 population. Oh, and an archer missiles just to add the icing on the cake here.
Nice archer missile to clean up the rest of the unit. Almirante has completely broke. He's been sitting on that big drop for quite some time, but like I said, he dropped 2 shield generators down. We're finally seeing that big drop come back in. It's very late here. The shield is not going to be able to hide behind the shield. 50 population versus 82. Hunter Captain's shield just dropped. Devastating Host doing a lot of work here.
I'm under
Infantry
BSafe
level
didn't
2.
realize that it was up. His Spartan's going to probably steal one of these tanks here.
Steals the Locust.
Infantry levels.
I'm under fire from ground troops.
Down to 49 pot for BSafe. He has no more drops, but he does have 3 bases, so he has a lot of production buildings and a better eco than Almirante. But he is going to get forced back by this devastating host. Needs to
But look
repop
at
quickly.
BSafe back at home. He's pumping Scorpions right now. He's already transitioning into T3 units to be able to try and close here. Again, BSafe with another point near 158 out of a possible 120 population. He's not looking too shabby here. There's only 2 tanks and a Hunter Captain that he has to deal with, but he does need a little bit of time to be able to get this population back on out.
Yeah, he's only 64 out of the possible 120 right now.
Yeah,
Almirante
and
actually
like
has
I
more
said, he's
population
got-
than him.
Right, but the issue is that he pumped 2 of these tanks here. Those are, I mean, that's nearly 1,100 blue there, and he's got some Marines kind of scattered out across his units here. So, I mean, he just needs a little bit of time here. He's not looking too bad of a position. Again, it's only 2 tanks, a Hunter Captain.
He just researched Canister Shell as well. So he is transitioning into tanks. You know, 2 garages, and he might actually lose this third base here. He's not going to opt to defend it. It doesn't feel he has the population for it. Still ahead in the game. I mean, he can get 120 pop, but his eco has dropped slightly after trying to repop after that push.
Yeah. BSafe just needs like maybe a minute and a half here to get comfortable. But Almirante, again, such a top tier player. He's taking advantage of all this, you know, map control that he could possibly get. He didn't sit at his expo. He completely pushed up, checked for a third, and sacked that there. Canister shells coming down.
Another Hunter's Brand. Still level 1, but does a lot of damage. Heal coming down from, I'd say. Oh, he all units. He went to steal the Wraith, but actually all units then backed off. So that didn't actually work. He does have shock rounds though on these Cyclops, and he does have a Vet 2 Cyclops, so that can deal with that most of the devastating Hearst pretty easily.
Infantry level 1.
Yeah, he's got 2 Vet 2 Cyclops and another 3 additional Cyclops there as well. He just needs some more snipers. He needs to get stanchion. He already has shock rounds. Now he needs stanchion. Looks like he's upgraded to infantry level 3 now. Just needs to get that nice tech free counter ball going. Some stanchion snipers will be able to deal with this army quite easily.
Yeah, stanchion would be an amazing option here, but also he just needs a little bit more time for these timers to get back online. His ODC, the solid group, his big ODC, and another archer.
Oh, Almirante went the wall.
Great reporting.
Blocks BSafe's
A little
army
bit
off there.
disrespectful.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little disrespectful.
Just a little bit.
And again, BSafe, look at his bank right now. He's kind of saving it up. We're seeing the ODSC come down there. Comboed with the Ultra Missiles. Assault group is back on up.
Oh, he just lost his Spartan before he could get the slam off. His Spartan was all alone there. But this army is out healing that Archer Missile. No turrets on this base. I feel like he should have turrets. There comes the big drops. Not stunning all of the army, just catches the corner of it. But he is going to pick off the stunned units there. It's the Hunter Captain that's the problem really for him.
Our allies are in trouble.
Yeah, 100%. He's got to be able to stagger these smokes and focus it like he did earlier. But again, you know, Almirante really relying on that big drop. When we saw those units finally disappear here, he's got to deal with a couple of these counter units and be left with the colony option there. He's going to teleport on out. Almirante back on the back foot here again.
Yeah, he was forced to teleport out.
Here.
BSafe has a beefy army again, back up to 98 population. Probably needs to pick up that third base again. He's going to be going straight for the
main. He's got to
main.
upgrade a couple of these pads here. He's got to be working on this here. He's got to get a couple of pads out. He knows Almirante is on the back foot. And look at Almirante reading that play very well. Already set down the shield generator. 30 seconds out on his main base. BSafe looks like he's going to challenge for the expansion.
Expansion has a shield on, the main doesn't. It will have in about 15 seconds though. Oh, there goes the wall again. Now BSafe has to focus fire. Another Hunter's Brand coming down. These Hunter's Brands are getting better and better. A lot of red bar units there. He does have 2 Nightingales, so he can walk away and re-heal them.
And BSafe looked that far ahead, and now he just looks a little confused on how to deal with this situation.
Yeah, he had his opportunity to break that base, and he couldn't do it.
I'm under fire from ground troops.
Again, that leader is just making such a big difference there, but BSafe playing so well. Definitely needs a lot of these Nightingales to be able to stagger these smokes, take advantage of the stun locks, and do the damage that he needs to.
Yeah, he's just coming back to clear out that wall as well. That is giving Almirante a vision. BSafe is still committing to tanks. Almirante doesn't have a lot of hunters, so he's got 2 hunters, mainly rangers, so a full transition to tanks would work really well for him here.
Spartan's coming back on out with the Q upgraded right behind it. 99 sitting at a population versus 79. Almirante sitting in the middle of the map. He's got a lot of pure rangers here. Finally trickling some hunters in.
Yeah, this is a bit late for BSafe, but he's finally going to be committing to stanchion. He just got the cloak upgrade for the snipers. He's now upgrading his Spartan to tech 3 as well. So we're going to see some stanchion snipers come out very shortly. There we go. Is it being upgraded?
12 rangers.
Leader power.
12 rangers right there, sitting next to that hunter.
Living barrier is back up. Spartan goes down for the slam, but countered by the taunt. Wastes the slam and gets taunted into that army. Wall comes down. Great wall there, actually. Splitted BSafe's army in half. ODST's coming down. Going to get more stuns off. That Spartan is still stunned, and he is going to fall.
And again, we're looking at 18 rangers coming out of Almirante as he challenges this infantry army here. And now the roles have been switched. Almirante is on over the 50 marker here, sitting in front of BSafe's expansion here and first node.
Yeah,
He has
BSafe
19 Rangers now.
BSafe has
No
too many
basic
Cyclopses
coming
right now. He has 8 Cyclopses and he just got another Cyclops drop. Almirante has no... He has no vehicles whatsoever. He realizes that. Just that one Reaver for the Nightingales. But finally some snipers coming out. They have good range, so they should be able to kite some of that army. The Hunter Captain teleports in. I thought he was going to taunt them, but he didn't actually manage to pull it off.
Halted by ground troops, over.
I mean, you heard the Y ability get canceled. Like, I heard the action, but it looks like it just never happened.
Smoke
Again,
them
that is
down.
20 Rangers
Another Archer missile.
shooting at here.
Both players grouping up here. Another level 2 Hunter's brand now. Does slightly miss the army, but BSafe down to 84 pop. Almirante at 80. There is turrets on this base. He probably wants to upgrade these. Kind of a waste of a heal. He actually runs out of the army. For BSafe, that is. Almirante also dropped his heal.
Yeah, it looks like BSafe tried to mimic the exact same staggered leader powers there. Try to drop it in the heal, but again, they're seeing 20 Rangers. These are anti-infantry units. Just melting all of these Marines and counter units coming out. We're seeing another
Turret
big drop
upgraded.
coming out of Almirante here. That's going to be his base damages. His counter units are
Our
still
base is under
alive.
attack.
He's trying to drop it in defensive close air support there, but Almirante still focusing in the main here of this expansion. It's most likely going to fall. The Hunter Captain is now being focused by the army. The Hunter Captain is going to fall. Smoke's coming down. There is a Reaver there and Rangers there to get
I'm under
vision.
assault from enemy
Gonna lose his
infantry.
expansion there. Did lose his Hunter Captain. But that's going to be a great trade for Almirante, as that Hunter Captain's going to be easily requeued there.
Our allies are in trouble. Leader point
He's
earned.
trying to mop up this army here. Take a look back at Hunter Captain's already 30 seconds from being back on out. Still pumping some Rangers in the background. 4 nodes to 1. Almirante is going to be down to 37 population versus BSafe 73. Or 53, I'm sorry. BSafe back on the forward foot here. Did lose his expansion. His eco's not looking too great to be able to support these drops here. Again, 4 nodes to 1. Traded a Hunter Captain for an expansion.
Logistics
population
level
coming
1
out of
research.
BSafe versus 44 coming
Leader
out
power
of
ready.
Almirante. Almirante is starting to scale very well here. He's looking really, really good in this position.
Nightingale here.
He's now head in
Show me
eco.
where you want me.
Just got to get his units and populate back on up here. Didn't use his big drop, so that's going to be back on the timer there. BSafe sitting on all of his drops. Just got to be able to save up for it. His ODST assault group is finally back up. His ODST's back up. Archer missiles should be around the corner, and
Leader
BSafe
power
double
ready.
expanding there.
Marines reporting.
Try to get his eco back online here to be able to challenge one more time. But again, these Rangers are the biggest issue for BSafe. He's got to get a barracks down. He's got to get some more
Logistics
stanchion
level
online.
2 researched.
They did really well against that last engagement where he focused the Hunter Captain. Did lose his expansion.
Fire base constructed.
Now seeing Almirante push back on up to the 50 here.
Leader
Gonna
power
try to
ready.
take some nodes, and we're probably gonna see another engagement going down. Exactly equal in population. 69 versus 69 population on the field in the moment. Almirante knows he has to deny another expo to keep BSafe's eco down, which he's really, really needs right now. BSafe has this ODC assault group in the
Barracks
pocket and the
constructed.
ODST as well, but he can only forward either or.
The enemy has captured our power node.
Almirante is back up to 15
Leader
Rangers,
power ready.
3 Reavers, and he's pushing right back on up here. You're going to get very aggressive as BSafe is still opting in for an infantry ball here. BSafe's got 2 stanchion, 7 Cyclops on the field, and only a couple of
Augmented
Marines.
Harvester upgrade complete.
Yeah, he needs more stanchion snipers to deal with this army. The Cyclopses just aren't going to cut it. He's got too many of them. He needs to just get rid of some.
Our base is under attack.
Slam comes in, does catch the Hunter Captain this time. Not a great ODST drop, but catching a few units. Archer missile coming down again on the back of the army, but now he's dropped all the leader powers. He's just going to back away, so he's got no follow-up. The army is just going to re-heal.
Supply pad
Yeah, he's got to micro these stanchion snipers in the background. He's got to be able to utilize them while the units are stunned. That's the greatest way to eliminate an army. But again, these are 20 Rangers when he walked into this fight. That's BSafe's biggest
Our
problem
base is
there.
under attack.
Nice smoke comes down on the army. Army's gonna rotate.
Oh,
around,
that is a good
bring
Hunter's
it around the
brand.
rotator.
Right in the middle of the army
That
there.
Hunter's brand.
BSafe's forced to walk away from his own expo. This is where his double barracks is as well.
Well, he does have the other expo upgraded as well, so it's not going to be.
Oh,
an issue.
Almirante
Almirante
teleports
very
onto the
aggressive.
army.
Goes for the cutoff.
Gets stunned immediately as well. Both players similar population now, but BSafe can chase these down. He has the snipers and the army to do so. If Almirante runs away, his units aren't going to be shooting. 6 in some ODST mines there, doing a lot of damage to these rangers. Almirante down to 39 population, getting wiped again. Oh my god.
BSafe was focusing the leader there. He had to finish up a couple of these ranges, so they do have combat repairs. They do a lot of damage.
In danger.
Great play by BSafe on the defense there. 70 population versus 53.
He had such a
on the
huge
lower
population lead in that engagement, and then his numbers just started immediately dropping. Look at this, he has a Vet 1 sniper.
Receiving fire from ground troops. Over.
Leader power ready. Barracks.
Another
These
Cyclops
tanks are going to
drop.
play such a huge role.
Problem
Again,
is,
both
his
these
eco
players'
isn't
egos are
looking great.
hurting.
Complete.
Yeah, hurting
Exactly.
really
Both these
bad.
players' egos were hurting for quite some time here.
I mean,
Almirante was
that's
on the
how
back foot,
much.
finally opting for his third base.
That's how much it takes to repop an army. Almirante, before that engagement, was sitting on 2k blue, 2k power. Now he's on like 1k blue, 300 power. And he's still not full pop, so...
Yeah. I'm like I said, he keeps popping into 20 count rangers here, but these stances are finally stacking up here. 7 stances
Leader power.
fighting here,
awaits.
doing great damage.
We do have a
Cyclops
dev
shot,
hearse
done.
back up. Almirante saving for it. Cuts off the support with the wall.
Leader shield is down.
He,
Teleport still in the pocket.
he needs to kill all the rangers and then kill the Hunter Captain. He seems to be focusing
Exactly,
on the
that's why
Hunter
he lost
Captain
that
first. Yeah. Not great micro coming up, so he needs to kill the Rangers first. That's what's doing the most damage to his army. Hunter Captain is red bar though, sitting in the heel. Slam
Nice,
coming down.
nice
Mine's
done right
off
there.
the mark, but it really is hard to drop in that choke point. Hunter Captain is going to fall unless he teleports out. He doesn't teleport out. Hunter Captain does fall. We'll see him back in about
Big jump
40
coming down
seconds.
now.
Power at hand.
The Spartan
Harvester
already used his
constructed.
slam. He can't be able to steal any of these.
Oh, the
ODST
ODSTs.
coming down for a
Under
nice
attack.
stun. Counter units coming back on in.
He's walking away though, so he's not shooting while he's walking away. He needs to split his Cyclops out from his snipers and just start focus firing in the correct units. I'm surprised he hasn't built turrets on this base either for the full game to defend. And we have a Scarab from Almirante on the other side of the map.
What a fantastic
Logistics
play
level
to be able to
3
afford that while
researched.
pumping 20 rangers.
That's
at
where
a
his
cycle.
2k went. Yeah, this is going to be over right now. Almirante with the sneaky plays, keeping BSafe pinned back and distracted while he builds a Scarab and takes down BSafe's third base.
And this is where you're seeing that knowledge and experience come in. I mean, both these players are going back and forth, back and forth. BSafe looking such in a great position, and Almirante being able to turn things around to be able to afford a Scarab and try to close out this game number 1 of round 2, our third qualifying cup here for Europa Halo.
In danger.
The wall cutting off the reinforcements to the main base. The base does get smoked though. Oh, heavy Hunter's brand going down on the pads. He'll drop by BSafe, but that Scarab is just going to be walking on them.
We're under fire from the enemy.
I mean,
Yeah, doing a lot
the
of
Scarab
damage
is
to
on his
BSafe.
own. BSafe still has
BSafe
7
just needs
Cyclops.
He needs his drops to come back up to be able
Leader
to
power
stun lock this thing and try to pick it.
He can't
I mean, he
escape
did take
either.
a third expansion there.
Leader point
It was his eco base, and it's now rotating to his other expansion where he has more supply pads than production building.
Yeah, look at this play by Almirante. He had the wall on the ramp and then just walked the Scarab off the ledge to the other side so the army couldn't catch it. However,
Yeah, Almirante trying to rally in.
Raid
He's got some
2
booster back
is
in,
going to come and
Rangers
clutch
on
it.
wheels.
A save.
Yeah, it's soaring, but again, Almirante's reinforcements are coming in as well. He's trying to rally him with the Scarab here as BSafe tries to chase it.
Tries stunning the Scarab, puts a Cyclops drop on it. Look how fast its health is dropping. Has to pop the shields, gonna walk into the mines. Actually gonna just stand on the mines.
I'm getting beat on by
The
a
screws
BSafe's got to
so
smoke
much.
the Scarab here.
He does have smoke available. Needs to get his snipers at the back. Slam goes down.
Show me
pretty
some
much
armor
nothing.
trash.
Yeah, it's not going to stun that Scarab. Heal comes down. BSafe's just got to leave, regroup, finish populating here. He's sitting at 112 population versus 86. Looking in a great position
Don't know how
here.
much of a shelling this thing can take.
But again, we see Colony
Cyclops here.
scaling so
Where do you
well.
need me?
Cutter only has so much time before he can't really do anything as these upgrades start to kick in for Almirante. 99 population versus 119, and BSafe's got to be able to do it very, very soon here.
Leader power ready.
Yeah, this is game one.
Base is under attack.
A best of 3 series, round 2
Citadel
already for
upgrade
our
complete.
3rd qualifying cup. Almirante, our 2nd cup champion here.
Desperately drops a close air support
on
on the Scarab in the middle
Under
here.
attack.
Almirante's not going to walk away. He's going head first. Good slam there on the Hunter Captain. The Hunter Captain's almost dead, but the Scarab's going to walk on all this army. No splits for BSafe. He's just going to take
Gotta
the
smoke
legs
it.
of the Scarab.
Away.
He's got to smoke it.
Level 2 Hunter's Brand now back up as well for Almirante. And this ball is clumped up. There it goes. Takes out a lot of units. The Scarab does fall. Almirante down to 46 population. BSafe 73. A lot of red bars though. A lot of red bars. Big drop back up now. He can catch this army. Drops an archer missiles instead. He can wipe this army and push.
Ro16, the assault group is back online as well. Restoration drones back on up. He's still got healers in the skies. Looking in a great position. Gotta capitalize on this downtime here.
If he pushes the third base, it doesn't have a shield on. The other 2 bases do, which will give Almirante time.
Receiving fire from ground troops.
Too bad about that close air support. Probably didn't need it in that situation, but it is 1500 blue. Shield is coming up on this expert. It's going to come up in 14 seconds. BSafe might be able to catch it, might not.
Node lost.
Again, guys, there is a 45-minute game timer. We are now less than 10 minutes away from that being opted in. I mean, for that rule to be used in
Shield
effect.
tower constructed.
Sitting at the 35-minute marker. Coming down to a tick-tock game here.
Leader power.
BSafe playing so well. These shield generators are definitely going to halt him in his tracks.
Yeah, the shield's down to 2 bars of health now, but the Hunter Captain and the rest of his army is coming in to engage.
Raid camp constructed.
So that's all BSafe managed to do there. He managed to take down the shield. He's going to have to back off. Doesn't want to fight that yet. Needs to pick up that third base. Probably should have done it when he won that engagement. Then it would be built and helped his eco.
Leader power awaits.
His drops are on a staggered timer here. I mean, the ODC assault group's going to come back in. I mean, the ODC's going to come back in. But the assault group is still quite a ways away.
Almirante just used taunt in the middle of nowhere there. That was funny to watch.
It looks like he was trying to put his skitterers on, and it looked like for some reason the leader taunted there. But again, 111 population coming out of BSafe versus 98 coming out of Almirante. And Almirante just taking his time here, just sitting underneath some shields. Finally got some more counter units online. He's got some NGs in the sky now. Still no base damage, so it looks like he's kind of saving up for that big drop, and he's going to make some room for there. Almirante now setting down his 5th generator on his expansion here. I mean, both players going back and forth so much. If you look at their ecos, they're just still kind of struggling. We're not seeing a lot of float. I mean, Almirante's purposely floating that amount to be able to afford his big drop here, as it's going to be his base damage. But he's just getting some counter units here, banking on the fact that he's going to lose a couple of them and then dropping his big drop here to try to capitalize and do a lot of damage. Both players now sitting on 3 bases. Again, guys, sitting at 37 minutes. Again, 45 minutes. The game is going to be called.
Turret constructed.
Both these players have to take a position to be able to try to close here.
If it gets to that
The
point,
decision will
who
be
are you
made.
going to call as a winner?
100% colony. Like,
Yeah.
there's not much.
Firebase.
I mean, he's had 3 bases for
You know.
most of the time. BSafe has been sound too. He's only just getting his third back. And the last few,
Right.
probably 20 minutes of the game, he's been on the aggressive, so...
Unless the tides
Yeah.
change in the next 8 minutes. I mean, if BSafe manages to put
we're
him
about
on
to find out.
one base, it could potentially take it.
Supply pad constructed.
So because of the timing, you don't essentially have to win the game, but if you're in the best position you could possibly be in, then you will get the win. BSafe
Right,
now
again,
splitted,
we also look at
pre-splitting the Hunter's Brand this time, but then regrouped back together. And that is a level 2 wall. It has the armor.
Yeah, it's got shield and it's that much longer there. So much disrespect. And Almirante actually utilizing it in a strategic manner too.
Yeah, he's usually pretty well. That's going to get him a free expo pick.
And if anybody's ever doubted BSafe, I mean, going toe-to-toe with Almirante here as Cutter versus Colony. So, I mean, we're sitting at 38 minutes versus Almirante, who was our last qualifying cup champion here. Again, this is game 1 coming out of both these players here, who moved straight on to round 2 due to some no-shows and a bye coming out of Almirante. Both players sitting on a full leader wheel now. Finally, this engagement's coming down here. Combat repairs and all these counter units doing so much damage. BSafe trying to split off here. These snipers are kind of exposed here.
Again with the wombo combo, ODST Archer Missiles, heals drop for Almirante. He's lower on pop than BSafe, but there is that Cyclops drop? Yeah, it's just a Cyclops drop. I haven't seen his big drop yet, but look at Almirante's eco. Both players' eco is looking pretty decent right now. Almirante's looking a lot better. There's the big drop. But the problem,
right in the middle of that counter ball there.
The problem with BSafe's drops, and I've noticed this for the full game, he drops them to stun, but he doesn't really have his army there to follow up and do the maximum amount of damage he can. He kind of backs his army off, does the drop, stuns them, but then doesn't run back in. If he started doing that, he'd get some clean wipes on these armies. There's a devastating host as well.
A lot more damage.
Process coming down to defense.
More on defense. 116 versus 119, very similar population, but Almirante's army is looking very scary here. 40 minutes, got 5 minutes left to try to close.
Oh, and that was a nasty Hunter's Brand as well. He said grouped up right in the middle.
And look at Almirante doing exactly what you're saying. Drop the Hunter's Brand. He's got his army pushing right back in to try to clean up some red bar units there.
And again, look here, BSafe dropping the heal, but he runs out of it. He's not sitting in his own heal, so it's just a waste of a leader power.
Foundry constructed.
99 population versus 94.
He can pick that Hunter Captain if he pushes forward a bit. Snipers are out of range.
Leader power ready. Supply pad constructed.
Under fire from ground troops.
Yeah, Hunter Captain's getting slowed by the stanchions as well. Should drop, he doesn't have the heal. There goes the taunt. If Hunter Captain does fall, snipers are stuck in the taunt there. BSafe can win this engagement if he just starts being a bit more bolder. Stops running away.
Yeah, and he's got to get a couple more stuns off. He's got to use this leader a little bit more.
Yeah, look again, Spartan goes into stun, but look where his army is. They're actually focusing the wall. So rather than the army, they're shooting the wall. So the stun's pretty much pointless. By the time he actually starts focusing the army, the stuns have worn off.
Yeah, he should have just fought heads up.
Again, he needs turrets to defend this base. Upgraded as well. He's not opted for turrets for the full game. These should be a pretty easy hold for him. The way he's been wiping Almirante's army, he should be doing it a lot easier. Almirante now sitting in the smoke.
He's at 112 population, but he's putting 6,000, and BSafe's eco's really hurting here as he's trying to stay alive. Almirante popping down some blister backs. He's going to be really annoying here as he tries to close this game out, but we're sitting almost what, 42 minutes, 3 minutes left. 3 bases to 2. Full population coming out of Almirante. I mean, this just comes down to, you know, the leader outscaling the opposite. Almirante plays well enough for BSafe not to get the correct stuns off to be able to get these pure army wipes.
Yeah, he had the game on that first push on the main base when he took out the Expo, but he just couldn't capitalize on it. Almirante teleport to the other side of the base now to try and catch BSafe out, but he just runs to the other side. Gonna get a nice pick on half of Almirante's army here. Base is very weak.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Missiles level 1 back up. Oh! The level 3 Hunter's Brand.
Cyclops under fire from enemy ground.
Let me watch that again.
That is nasty.
Our base is under attack.
Oh my god.
Yeah, guys, we're now approaching the
Capitalize
45-minute
on
mark.
it. I want to
Defense
teleport
tap
to the
on
other side of
out
the base now
at
to try and catch
43
BSafetho out, but he
minutes
just runs
of
to the
game.
other side. We can
Number
get a nice
one
pick on
of this
half of
round
Almirante's
2
army here.
winners bracket.
Base is very weak.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Archer missiles level 1 back up.
Take that game number 1.
Oh,
Next match
the
is going to be
level!
on Ashes. Again, we were playing Europa Halo style rules. We're going to see no repeat leaders, and we are seeing the bans coming out of each player. It's going to be no Yap Yap and no RB, and we just saw the 45-minute rule almost be utilized in effect, along with the 45-second DC rule. So we're going to switch on over to Ashes here. Wait, did Almirante die out?
He does this after everything.
But he didn't. Who won that game? I didn't see the post screen.
Almirante said, GG, be safe wins, I can't stay.
What? Wait, I'm confused. Is this official?
Yeah, he just said in the chat.
Europa said my voice is very low on the stream.
Alright. I can up that. There we go. Should be better.
Maybe up it up 25%.
Yep. Give you 50.
I'm just kind of a lot. I don't want to talk over you. Want to talk about the 2v2 while you figure out what's going on?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we just watched round 2 winners bracket. Best of 3, and it looks like Almirante is running out of time here. Might not be able to finish this series. But in the meantime, if you haven't realized it already, Europa Halo is throwing its first 2v2 tournament that's going down October 19th. It's going to be a 16-team single elimination tournament with very similar style rules for the play style. That's going to mimic the ones. We're going to see no repeat leaders. There aren't going to be any bans in the 2v2. Same game timers, same 45-second DC rule. But again, there are no repeat leaders in that 2v2. If you would like to sign up, you can type in !2v2 down below to find out the information. Again, that is going down on October 19th. This is Europa Halo's first team tournament. It is going to be a stand-alone tournament day. It's not going to be a season. Again, it's a single elimination for that day, and it's going to have a $50 prize that is dedicated just for that 2v2. Again, that is going down October 19th. Type in !2v2 down below to sign up and check out the rules and the rest of the information on that. What are we doing next?